I thought I was gonna make one of these videos sooner, but I didn't because life got in the way and life happened, and that's fine because that's how life works, I guess. But um breakups are like a death. Um I mean that it's really hard when you are with someone and you don't see a possibility of anything ending, and then it ends. And it's like grieving the loss of a whole person, because now you have to envision your future without that person in your life. And I know that everyone knows that, I guess, but I don't think people are given enough credit when they go through a breakup, because it's hard. I mean, the guy that I had just dated, he and I broke up about a week ago, a little over a week ago. And I thought he was the one. I really thought that we were gonna work out, we were gonna stay together for a long time. You know, I pictured my whole future revolving around him, and we had so many conversations of, you know, just getting a joint bank account and taking things to the next step, like moving in together next summer. And, you know, we had made things work when I was all the way across the country in California. I'm in Virginia at the moment, and he lives in Pennsylvania. So I just thought, you know, we made that work, and now that I've graduated, I'm pretty much here, and it didn't work out. And it was because of his mental health, and I'm not gonna get into it because that's, you know, it's his thing, it's it's private. But I mean, it sucks, and I kind of anticipated the last week of our relationship that it was coming, because it just felt, I just had that feeling. And he was starting to become cold, not in a non-physical way, you know, he was still holding my hand, we were still cuddling and whatnot, but I could just see it through his eyes that he was cold. And I tried so hard to get him to open up to me and whatnot, and I think that he needs to deal with his trauma alone and his depression alone. And that does hurt, because, you know, we were in a relationship, and it just feels like, it just feels disappointing that it ended over something like that. There's still this sharp pain in my chest. It's not as big anymore, but I mean, there's this void, and I thought about, you know, oh, I'll just find a new guy then, I guess, but I can't. I don't want it, and I don't desire it. I don't have any motivation to move on. And it's not like I'm actively trying to get him back. It's more of just, it sucks being broken up with in general. But then to find out that you're broken up with because someone is going through something, and you feel inadequate because you can't help them. You can't be their partner and help them through it. And I never in a million years would have thought that this would happen. And it was so fast. And I was so distraught, honestly. I don't really know, like, how I would describe myself now. I feel lost. I feel like I'm not in the right place physically right now. I feel like I'm in this cycle and that there's nothing for me in the place that I'm at. I don't have friends here. I don't have anything here. My parents live here, right? But I mean, all of my plans here revolved around this one person, and it sucks because there's a void. There's this emptiness now. And what I do is I wake up, I go to work, and I come home, and I go to sleep, and I repeat. It's the same cycle every day. If I had known that the last time I saw him would be the last time we were together, I would have held him longer. I would have held him closer to me. I don't think he realizes how much I love him, because that was a painful experience, honestly. That has to be one of the most heartbreaking experiences that I have ever had happen. As someone who has had heart complications for almost a decade, I can easily tell you that the pain in my chest that I felt from that breakup and the events leading up to it are on par with the chest pains that I felt when I was hospitalized for having a heart rate at 250, for having VTAC and all this other bullshit. It is just on par with it. It is right there. It is equivalent. And I'm trying really hard right now to just live and to get through each day, because it took a toll mentally. And it's valid. I'm tired of all of these people saying that, you need to be this like whole person and it's you and then your partner is separate. I understand, but that's not how it works. Realistically, that's not how people work. They don't. When you are in a committed relationship and you are having plans with that person for the future, it's not going to be, oh, me, and then you. It's me and you. We are planning these things together. And when the relationship ends, it breaks everything. It breaks all of those plans. And it leaves you with a void. That is a fact. We don't really talk. I am doing my best right now to give him space, and I'm not going to be initiating anything because, I mean, he needs to work through his stuff and he wants to do it alone. And if he moves on, he moves on. I've had this feeling of nausea for over a week now. And I would say that I'm generally more fine than I was when it had happened. But I still feel like my gut hasn't returned, and I don't know. I think one of the most difficult and hurtful things about the whole process was we had talked on the phone, and just about any time I was saying anything, his response was, "I don't know what you want me to say." And it's not worth asking him to clarify that, because what's done is done. That's a pain I'm gonna feel for a while, honestly. That is a really intense pain that I'm gonna feel for a while. And I don't want to be in this state anymore. I want to leave. I want to be with my best friend. I want to live there. I want to heal, but I can't do it alone. And I think that it's okay for people to know that, because you can heal with loved ones. You don't need to do it completely alone. If you had asked me a month ago if this were to happen, I would never in a million years imagine that. Never. And it happened. And I mean, to be frank, a part of me died. A part of me died. I don't even know what else to say. It sucks. It really does. And I just can't be here anymore. Like, in this state, I can't be here anymore. I feel like now, considering that I've graduated and that I'm young and that I've almost died already because of chronic illness, I need to get out and I need to live my life, and I need to find happiness and be with the people that make me happy and that I love. And I can't dwell on this. I can't be healing in the place where I felt the pain. And that's how I feel about my bedroom here at my parents' house. I need to heal away from that environment. I don't know anymore. He was my person. He really was. And after all of it, he still means the world to me. I have nothing but love for him. And I hope that he can get through this and that he can find happiness in his life. And I hope that at some point I am a better person when it comes to my loved ones and their mental health, and that they know that I'm a safe space and that they don't feel like they need to push me away. I hope that I can become a better person with that.